Hi, everyone. Welcome to the New Business with Jill Thomas podcast. I'm Jill Thomas. I am an intuitive reader and a hypnotherapist. So basically, I'm in the habits and human nature business. On this episode, I want to talk about how to identify a cult or organizations being run in a cult-like way. There's a great book that you guys should read on this. It's called Cultish by Amanda Montell. I would highly recommend it. Basically, I'm going to give you the five main things that qualities that make up a cult-like organization. And the reason I bring this up is because those of you who are new in business may not have run across this yet. Those of you who work in the self-help world, I guarantee you already have a few times, because a lot of the organizations that teach like special techniques, many of them, a surprising number of them, are run in kind of a cult-like way. There's a mystical quality to them. There's some special energy process that they're doing that is a mystery, and you have to pay money to learn how to do it. You can do it on clients, and you're going to fix all of their problems. That's the kind of speech that you will hear when you work in the self-help world. So I'm going to give you some five main things that will identify an organization as having cult-like qualities. So the first one is a charismatic leader. I already kind of mentioned this, but basically there's a leader, a person running it, who's got these special qualities. Maybe they can do magical things. You'll hear things like that, like they can read minds, they can levitate. You may even hear stories about all the cool things that they do behind the scenes that you don't know about. But basically, ultimately, what these organizations want is your credit card number, because they want to teach you this special technique, but they're going to need your money for it. So, which brings us to the second quality: control, rules, lots and lots of rules. I'm going to give you a quick story. I tried to use some technique. I want to learn it because it was kind of neat. It seemed interesting. But I signed up for this seminar, and the very first thing they sent me was a contract that was 5 pages long with all of the ways in which I was not allowed to use the technique. And also the fact that I had to put their trademark on like 5, I think it was like 5 pages of my website. And if I did it wrong, I would be losing the right to even use this. This was after paying like $400 to learn the special technique. And I said, no, thank you. So I'm just going to tell you, when you're seeing a lot of rules, a lot of control, that is a tip that it may be being run in a cult-like way. So the third one is when you're hearing a lot of wording around, this is the best way or the only way. I especially hear this with networking type organizations. They will tell you that this is the only marketing approach that you should use. This is the best thing that works. The truth is, there's usually several marketing approaches that you may need to use as a business owner in order to be successful. And that might just be one tool. But an organization that's doing it in a cult-like way is going to make it sound like this is the only way. You need to buy more packages. You need to get the better package. You need to do more with us so that you can have a more successful business. They'll also kind of push this narrative that you're not going to be successful if you don't use our special techniques, that our charismatic leader, which is quite frankly almost always a white dude, our special charismatic leader laid out these techniques, and if you don't do them, you're not going to be successful. You run across that a lot with an organization that's being run in a cult-like way, and that's a very big red flag. The other thing, number 4, is there's a lot of social isolation. So this is particularly true for organizations that do like business networking. You may even find that they will push really hard that you need to go do one-on-ones, lunch dates with other members in a way that is going to keep you enmeshed with the group and spending less time with your own friends and less time doing things in a different way. You may even hear, this is especially true in the self-help world, oh my gosh, you need to be spending time with only higher vibrational frequency people, just like the members of this tribe, rather than going out and spending time in the world and getting different ideas and different perspectives. They want you right there with everybody else. And the last thing that I want to talk about is the shunning. When you get really enmeshed with organizations that are being run in a cult-like way, you end up having all of your friends be members of this group too, which means that when you leave and they're no longer your friends, I guarantee you're not going to be getting as many emails, you're not going to get as many return phone calls. You're going to find that these friendships tended to be a little situational, and you may think, wow, this is weird. I don't understand why Janie's not returning my phone call anymore. Only to find out later that there was a memo sent out to everyone, well, she's not a member of the group anymore. Maybe we should spend time with other people. I've actually seen this in the self-help world, and I've also seen this within the networking group world. Sometimes they'll send an email to the rest of the group, hey, our hairdresser left our networking group, so maybe when we wouldn't want to spend as much time with her, let's see if we can go find another hairdresser to join our group so that they can be a part of the tribe. So I'm just saying, giving you some tools to look for if you see a lot of this within organizations. You may be surprised. I bet you've already run across it. Send me an email letting you know if you have, maybe name names. I'm not going to name any names because I don't want to get sued, but there's a lot of this kind of shenanigans running around in the self-help world, especially. And I definitely have seen a lot of that within the social, I would say the networking groups, business networking groups type. I'm not talking about the Chamber of Commerce because those groups are not single member groups. They can be 25 real estate agents within them. They don't really care. But I'm talking about the networking groups where it's one member in each category exclusively. Those groups tend to be run in a more cult-like way. Some of them, not all of them. So I hope this helps, and I look forward to any comments. Feel free to send me an email, jill@jillkthomas.com, and I hope you got something out of it, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks.